submitting the SEC form.
Okay, so when you fill out and submit the SEC form number F105, you're already informing the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and advising the SEC. That's how to do it. There's no complicated process of I have to call the BSP and the SEC and no. When you fill out this form and submit it, once you put in all the information there, that's it. That's effectively informing them.
It's actually even simpler to put up a partnership than a corporation because as I said earlier, there's a fixed set of rules in a corporation. Board of directors, resolutions, secretary certificates, annual meetings. Then you have to submit the GIS every so often and an audited financial report to the SEC. But this is not the same with a partnership. So in terms of annual filings and government approvals, you are given much leeway, similar to a sole proprietorship.
Okay.
So if you are a businessman who wants to do business with another person and you're not familiar with the workings of a corporation, you could utilize a partnership as your business entity. You
can always transform it into a corporation later on, can you?
That's right.
Yeah. What if you want to transform a partnership into a sole proprietorship later on? You just dissolve the partnership.
And you would have to go your separate ways.
Okay.
Now, it's just about the drafting of the agreement between the partners that is usually the clincher in these types of relationships.
Okay.
So aside from the delectus personarum, that you liking the other partner, of course it must be made clear what you're agreeing on.
That's right.
Division of profits,
division of labor even.
Yes, that's right. The goal of the business. Because also if unlike a corporation where a corporation acts through its board of directors, in a partnership, each of the partners is an agent of the partnership.
Okay.
So, if there is no general manager, general partner identified, then you or me could apply for a phone line independently. I don't have to get your consent because we are deemed to have a delectus personarum, right?
Yeah. We like each other. We agree. We act as one.
That's right.
We trust each other.
And that is the essence of a partnership. So mutual agency. I am your agent and you are my agent.
Okay.
And another thing that you have to consider in a partnership is, in terms of transferability of interests. I think I mentioned this earlier. If a person dies, you cannot transfer, right? So what about the heirs?
Yeah. What if it's making a lot of money and then the person suddenly dies and you want to protect one partner wants to protect their wife or husband or children or whatever?
Well, provided it's in the articles, like I said, an agreement that binds the partners and all of them in agreement who will honor the covenants there, then that's perfectly fine.
So you should put that in the agreement if you have those concerns. Because if not, then the partner who's still alive or the other partners can say, well, what did they do with the share? I just take it.
That happens.
So so a warning, put it in the articles of partnership.
All right, maybe as a final word about partnerships, because I mentioned terms like general partner.
Yeah, can you tell us about the types of partners? So you said general partner, so we know that that's the person who assumes all the liability.
So this is the basic.
That's how I define it. I don't want to be a general partner.
That's perfectly correct. A general partner assuming everything.
Okay.
Because that's required. You have to have at least one general partner.
You have to have one fall guy. Okay.
Then there's the concept of limited partner, one who is liable only to the extent of his contribution.
Okay.
That has to be very clear in the agreement. Then there's an industrial partner. Now, what is an industrial partner?
Yeah,
sounds classy, right?
The one who gives the labor and does the work.
That's right.
Okay.
Because you're familiar with capitalists, right?
Yes.
Who bring in money, pull in capital and resources. An industrial partner, on the other hand, can just bring himself to the partnership. His resources, his knowledge.
Yeah.
His education, experience in the venture.
When I was much younger, I always volunteered to be the industrial partner because I didn't have, I still don't have money to invest. So I'll do it, but just among friends and family, like my older siblings or cousins or titas. I'll do it. I'll sell the shrimp or whatever. I'll sell this. Just give me the capital.
But that's one of the most difficult things in a partnership, right? How do you measure or quantify in monetary terms the value of a person's experience, right? Sometimes it's even more valuable than money.
Yes.
Not sometimes, oftentimes. So in a partnership, this you must really like the other person to be able to enter into a partnership with him or her. Because especially if the other partner is an industrial partner, you can imagine that this person is not contributing anything. You can also limit that person's liability to a certain extent, but yet he will get a share in the profit. It's just the same.
That's right. Wait, I have to ask you, is an industrial partner, can the industrial partner also be the general partner, or are they usually a limited partner?
It can be agreed.
Ah, okay. And what about the capitalist partner? Like, you know, it reminds me actually of the role of parents. A lot of parents or uncles and aunts, like, they're listening to their, you know, the kids say, we want to do this, and why don't we, you know, buy this, and then they'll just sell it to my friends. Like I hear, you know, kids say that, and we were saying that growing up, like, can we buy more than one game? And if you don't like it, we'll sell it. You know, then, you know, that all the excuses you come up with to do the things that you want to do.
That's right.
Or, you know, we can do this, we can do that. Then you hear the parents say, okay, I'll just contribute. I'll just give you the money. Bahala na kayo. I'll just finance you. They always say that.
That's how it works.
Can the capitalist partner be the general partner or
Yes.
the limited?
Subject to stipulation. Anything can be agreed on.
Anything can be agreed on.
So a general partner, for example, who contributes 1 million pesos in a partnership can just be liable to the extent of 100,000, and hence a limited partner. And on the other hand, the industrial partner who contributes nothing can be the universal partner. It can be agreed on.
It can be agreed on. Okay. And I wanted to ask you one last question, which I know the answer to, but I want you to expound on it a little bit more, because Nikki told me this quite some time ago. Lawyers, like law firms, you guys have to form partnerships, right?
Not have to, but normal. It's a norm.
Okay,
to form
it's a norm.
partnerships.
Okay, so you don't have to. Okay, but let's say like you, let's say Nicolas de Vega Law Offices and or some other law office. It has to, if you take on a business entity, it has to be a partnership and not a corporation. And she told me why, but you tell me why again now, just to remind people out there.
I have to make a distinction here. Our discussion earlier was about a commercial partnership for profit. Now there are professional partnerships. For example, accounting firms.
Okay, so there's commercial partnership and professional partnership. Okay.
Accounting firms, like the more famous ones, SGV and Company, right? I mean, these are big auditing firms. Or our law firm, Nicolas and de Vega Law Offices. It's a general professional partnership. And you have doctors who enter into partnerships also.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So these are professional partnerships, and the purpose of these partnerships is for the exercise of profession.
Okay. To practice what you are trained for, to practice your profession.
That's right.
And you're not allowed to put up corporations, right? For some lawyers, because it's considered a noble profession. You're governed by the Supreme Court.
That's right. So in terms of maybe distinguishing a commercial partnership from a professional partnership, more so legal partnership, we are not permitted to form corporations because, well, for restrictions of advertising. And also, in a corporation, it is expected that the board of directors will be governing, right? Now, in a partnership, the partners themselves, individually or as a whole, can govern.
Yeah.
So, that might run counter to the concept of a corporation that acts solely through its board of directors.
Yeah, and this way you guys can agree quickly or disagree quickly and find solutions to it. And you are lawyers, and I can imagine two doctors, if they formed a partnership, would just have to duke it out among themselves if they disagreed or agreed towards,
that's right.
In terms of a certain let's say practice or a certain procedure. Or two accountants, they'll go pa to the corporation and say, his math is wrong, no, her math is wrong, no. You know, so that it makes a lot of sense. It's very practical and pragmatic.
Maybe also as a final trivia, there's this common term, joint venture.
Yes, joint venture.
It is a special partnership.
Okay, you know, I wanted to ask you about that. Joint venture is technically a special partnership. And what exactly?
Well, it's a partnership in all respects, because you have a group of people, they contribute to a common pool, and their desire is to earn money, right?
Okay.
So you have all the elements of a partnership, and of course you won't be venturing with anyone if you do not like that person, right? So essentially you have the elements of a partnership that is there. Now, what distinguishes it? Why is it special? Why is it special? Well, a joint venture. There's this case, as an old case. Bolanos, I think, a Supreme Court case decided in the 1960s that defined a joint venture as a special partnership for a specific undertaking or a limited time.
Okay. It's a special partnership for a specific undertaking or limited time. For a limited time.
So it's like Hammurabi's partnership.
Yeah.
So if you enter into a JV with a company, for example, or several individuals, your goal is only for this particular purpose. If that purpose is achieved or that time frame is completed, then the joint venture ends.
So, for example, it could be we're entering into a joint venture for the specific purpose of building this
condominium.
This condominium within the period of 2 years, and that's it. No other projects that one or the other partner touches are included. It's just that. And
so
you file papers this way as a JV, as a joint venture, or
it's much more complicated with a joint venture. But if you take out and retain all the essentials, it's generally just a partnership.
Okay.
With that special rule of limited time and purpose.
Okay, maybe we can talk about joint ventures some other time. Just joint ventures with all its complicated
joint ventures. Formerly it was referred to as joint adventure, right? No.
Yes.
But now it's a
joint ventures, joint adventure. I'm looking forward to doing that with you and Nikki.
Soon, I hope.
And I hope you'll all keep tuning in. So actually, we're out of time. Stay tuned for the next program. But thank you, Carlo.
My pleasure.
I learned a lot today. As usual, these are my notes, what I will use in the future to become successful.
Well, if you have any questions, you can call us 897-8374, 895-4460, or 895-4244.
And you can also just leave your general questions with Tala or Jervy or whoever answers the phone, and they'll get it to us and we can answer them on the program next time. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned to DZRJ 810 AM. This has been Mind Your Own Business with Carlo Nicolas and Nicole Jacinto, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.
You have been listening to Mind Your Own Business with Nicole Jacinto and Attorney Nikki De Vega.